Today we'll have a look at how to set up AWS SDK for Python. Here is the learning outcome. At the end of this session, students will be able to set up Boto 3 so that you can deploy and use this Boto 3 based Python package for managing a couple of AWS services. So let's directly head on towards the demonstration. So I have logged in currently to my AWS EC2 console. As you can see, I'm going to go to the services, and under the compute category, I have a service which is virtual servers in the cloud. So I will be using this EC2 as my server where we would be deploying the Boto 3 AWS SDK. So here we have to first of all launch AWS EC2 instance. So let me call it Boto 3 AWS SDK. I'm going to go with the Ubuntu instance. I would like to keep this Ubuntu server as it is, and you need to just make sure that whenever you are choosing an operating system or the Amazon machine image, make sure that it is free as long as you're using a free tier of AWS account. So I would keep this as it is. The remaining things can be left as default, and as long as you are using the Ohio region under United States, you would be able to get T2 Micro as well as T2 Nano a couple of times for free. But as of now, as you can see, only T2 Micro is available free of cost under the free tier account what I'm currently using for the purpose of recording this video. You can even have a look at the pricing chart here. So usually what we do is whenever we are creating some sort of an instance, we go ahead and create a new key pair, and you may even use some of those key pairs which you have already installed or you might have created while launching your previous instance. But as of now, I would like to not associate any key pair with my current EC2. So we will parallelly be able to have a look at how to access a EC2 if you don't have any key pair associated with that one. So I'll simply go ahead and click on these two. As of now, we are not sure whether we would be deploying any HTTP or HTTP based services that would be deployed on this EC2, but since you got a chance to select these two, it's better to select it. I may be using the same EC2 for launching a couple of HTTP services. So I have selected this. You may leave this unchecked. Going ahead and clicking on the launch instance. So as you can see, as long as I'm not associating any key pair to the existing available key pairs, as well as I am also prompted here that whether you want to go with existing key pair attachment or you want to create a new key pair or proceed without key pair. So they want to simply verify. So I would be simply going with proceed without key pair, and I'm launching the instance. So in case if we are creating or associating an available key pair, or we are trying to create a new key pair whenever we are launching an EC2, you can see like you need to first of all download the .pem file, and later on you need to either use PowerShell or any of your Linux based terminals for getting access to your EC2. But there is a better way and a simpler way of doing it. So as of now, I'm recording this video. As you can see, an instance has been launched. I'm clicking on the link which was prompted here. You can see like the EC2 that we have launched is now live and it is running. Still the status is initializing, so let us wait a couple of more seconds so that the status becomes 2 on 2, so as to get the entire network connectivity and the other stuff. So in the meanwhile, let me just search for AWS installation. So you will be able to see an official Boto3 Amazon.com documentation. You can directly head on to that guide, and this is the guide which is even provided in the reference section. You can later on pause the video and take and open this particular link later on. So we would be using the same command on our EC2 to set up our AWS SDK. So I'll go ahead and click on this. I'll go to connect. So if you are interested in directly connecting with an Amazon EC2 by using some sort of a connection manager, such as maybe Windows Remote Desktop and other things, you can go with this one, or you may even opt going with Session Manager. As of now, we haven't enabled this one. So usually either we prefer with SSH client or EC2 console. So there is a better way. What we would be doing is we can directly go to instances and click on this button. So you need to simply select this and click on the Cloud Shell directly. This will directly give you access to the EC2, which we have launched, even though there is no any key pair that has been associated with this one. So as you can see, you can see that I am the Cloud Shell user. So what we can do here is, I'm simply trying to get a couple of details from the instance what we have launched currently. So this is currently using the x86 64-bit architecture. Okay, so I'm just confirming that this is the Linux. Yes, I want to make sure that I am in the same region where we are currently. As you can see, US East 2, we are in the same region, US East 2. So after this, I'm going to go ahead towards this, and I'll try if I have okay, it's not allowing us to install. Okay, so I have Python 3.9.2 available. I'll simply paste the command what we have copied and let us check. Okay, so as you can see, this is how we set up the Boto 3 SDK by taking reference of the official AWS Boto 3 documentation. As of now, we are currently trying to set up 1.37.9. In case if you are doing the same experiment on your own PC or a laptop which is installed with Linux operating system, then you need to first of all update your repository list by typing apt-get update if you are probably using a Debian based variant or maybe a Ubuntu, and if you are dependent on any Red Hat or its variants of the distributions, then you may need to use a couple of commands like yum update. So you may always have access to the official Linux documentation and installation procedures. As of now, as you can see, the reason why I am directly using the Amazon Cloud Shell is that it has everything updated. And since I'm already using the Cloud Shell, which is offered to me by AWS, it is straight away stating me that the requirements are already satisfied. But in fact, this is how we actually set up. So the two basic commands that we are required to install is pip install, that is a Python package, which would be useful for us for what we can say, any sort of a service. We can manage a couple of services, like maybe creating a bucket in S3, maybe we want to list down the couple of regions available in our zone. So you can offer a wide variety of instances and information regarding whatever services are on and whatever services are under utilization, either by using some of the logs from your CloudWatch or any other similar service from your AWS. So basically, Boto 3 is a sort of an AWS SDK, which is usually referred as Boto 3 by most of the developers, which can be used very innovatively with Python whenever you are importing this one and installing it as a part of your pip. And you have a lot of features regarding the creation, the management, monitoring of the resources on AWS. So in our upcoming video, we shall have a look at how we can deal with an S3 bucket. And I will also be demonstrating and what part of this documentation you are supposed to head on towards, so that you can have access to various features without even having to directly log into your AWS accounts. So this is how we basically set up Boto 3 for Python, specifically for managing the resources and monitoring these things. And let's have a look at a couple of more details in our upcoming video. So that's all for this video, and thank you.